here we're looking at a foot. We've got a superior view of a right foot. So we're looking at the dorsal or superior surface here. We've got at the posterior end the calcaneus, so the heel bone here, and sitting just superior on the anterior part of the calcaneus we have the talus. So if we look at those two from a medial point of view, you can see the talus there sitting on top of the calcaneus, sitting superior to it. So these two bones make up the proximal row of tarsals. Then anterior to the talus we have the navicular, and of course that looks just like a boat. Then on the medial aspect of the navicular bone we have the navicular tuberosity, a bump that protrudes medially and is usually quite palpable on people. You can usually feel that one pretty easily, even if you can't see it. So there's the navicular tuberosity sticking out there. So that's navicular there. Now it's considered to be in between the two rows of tarsals. So proximal row here, calcaneus and talus. Distal row here, where we've got cuneiforms 1, 2 and 3, or medial, intermediate and lateral. And then the cuboid on the lateral aspect there. So that's the distal row of tarsals there. Then we have metatarsals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth one is part of the little toe. It has a tuberosity on its base. So this is the tuberosity here of the fifth metatarsal, not far from the cuboid, at the base of the fifth metatarsal. Now notice that the first metatarsal is quite short compared to the others, but it's much more solid. There's a lot of bone tissue there. The other ones are more slender. Second, usually the longest. Now don't forget, with the phalanges, with the big toe, the first digit, you'll only have a proximal and a distal phalanx there. So there's only just the two phalanges. With the other toes, in theory, you're going to have 3 with each of them. So you'll have proximal, middle and distal phalanges there. But, and this is often seen, on this foot, the middle and distal phalanges here on the 5th digit have fused. So there's only 2 bones visible there. So you can only really say we've got a proximal one and a distal one. Now, also don't forget, with all these bones, the metatarsals and the phalanges of the foot, we've got a base, which is proximal, shaft, which is in the middle, and a head, which is distal. So don't forget, if you find something like this is pinned in an exam, you need to say head, 4th, proximal phalanx. Okay, you need to give me all those 4 terms to get a full mark. So make sure you get them all in.